Hey, thanks for coming in. What's going on at the moment with your team and you? You seem a little bit off.
Yeah, I've got one of my team members who seems quite distracted lately about all the changes that are happening in the organisation, and I'm hearing quite a few negative comments from him, and it's starting to worry me a little bit because I don't feel like we're going to meet our targets, he's not going to meet his objectives, and he's just completely distracted, and yet the other team members seem to be just cracking on with their job. And I just don't really know what to do. So I thought maybe I'd get some advice.
You don't know what to do. How long have you've been doing this role for a while though, haven't you? Have you seen that before?
Yeah, but I think it's a bit unique because of all the change that's happening. I haven't seen the amount of change that's been happening in this organisation at this scale before. And it's actually out of my control, all of that change. So I'm really struggling. It's not something that I've made a decision around. There's all these decisions happening up above me that I can't even influence. So I don't really know what to do.
Look, I've seen this before. You know, as the manager, you've just got to get on. You've got to crack on and get the job done. You're gonna have to do something about that. What are you thinking? What are you thinking about doing?
Well, I've had one conversation with him thus far and said, look, you don't seem to be very focused. Pull your head in, basically. It's a similar kind of conversation. And that everyone else seems fine. Yeah, he didn't really want to talk to me though. I just don't really know why.
Well, if he doesn't want to talk to you, you've got to make him talk.
How do I make him talk?
Get him in a room and just don't let him out till he starts to tell you what the problem is.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've done before and it's worked really well.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Does it feel a bit intimidating?
No, I think it's always worked really well for me.
They give you an answer?
Yeah.
No, maybe I...
Well, you force them to do that.
Right, because I'm his manager, so he would feel he has to tell me. Yeah, I guess I'm not sure that's going to solve all the problems though, because all this change that's happening, I can't expect. I don't know what's actually going to happen, and it might actually affect him. And I don't want to lie, or I don't want to be ingenuous really about the situation if I don't know all the answers.
Haven't you had to deal with this before?
Yeah, again, not really of that scale, just sort of similar stuff, I suppose, but yeah, not really. Most of my team are really good.
Just hang on for a minute. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm in a meeting at the moment. I'll be about probably 5 minutes. All right, I'll come back to you. Cheers. Sorry, where were we?
I just wasn't really sure what to do, obviously, about the situation with Ben. You said to have him in a room and just tell him he needs to tell me what's going on. But I'm a bit concerned because I know what's going to come back. He's going to ask me for details about all the organisational change that's happening, and I don't have all the answers to that.
Okay, so look, let me just give you some options.
Okay.
All right. The first one is take him into the room and tell him to harden up, because change is something that happens. All right.
Okay.
We all go through change, and for those people that can't change and adapt, well, maybe they shouldn't be here. That's one of the things I've done over time, and it seemed to have worked quite well. The second thing you could do is ask other people in the group about what's wrong with him. Maybe try and find a bit of information out from some of your other team members about what's going on with him.
Go a bit covert.
Yeah, I think so. It's worked well for me before as well.
Yeah.
I actually do that today, and it works really well.
Yeah. I don't know if that's my style though.
It's been my style and it's worked really well. And then the third one I think really is just keep an eye on him. Just keep an eye. And look, if it's affecting his work, have a performance management discussion with him.
Right.
Because again, that's something that I've done before. How do you think that will go?
Well, I kind of think that he'll again talk about what's going on in the broader situation, and it's just going to go round and round in circles, to be honest. I mean, I guess I can call him out on the fact he's not achieving all his targets at the moment, but yeah.
What do you mean he's not? What are you saying he's not achieving his targets? What's that?
On his scorecard, there's a few things he's just not achieving at the moment. Like I'm seeing that he's not actually getting some progress on a few key programs of work that he should be achieving, and I don't think he's at the point where he should be because he's so distracted by all this concern about everything else that's happening in the world around him.
So are you not performance managing? I gave you an option before to performance manage him on that.
Yeah. Well, again, like I guess what I'm saying to you is I feel like there's something more deeper than that, and I think that's, I don't know if it's a bit superficial, but look, I hear what you're saying and I respect you, and I know how successful you've been, so maybe that's what I need to do, is just really call it out and say, as you say, harden up.
And
Let's
look,
talk about your objectives. Let's work out a plan of attack and get on with it.
and it's always worked for me.
Yeah, and again, you've been successful, I suppose. And, you know, I don't know if it's my style, but I guess I can give it a crack.
Well, you need to do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, I can't help you with that. I think
Yeah.
you've got to work it out. And good luck.
Thanks.
No worries.